You're now listening to the Z-Listers podcast with Brady, Neil, and AJP.
You good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me.
Tell me what mommy made you do.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
We have some things to talk about that are a bit sad. We have some things to talk about that aren't so sad. So,
I'm sorry, if I could just interrupt you for a second. Are we recording?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Oh, so everybody just heard all of that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. How do you want to start? Where do you want to take it? Where do you want to go first? Because I know we're in a fun mood right now, and I don't want to bring it down right off the bat. So do you want to maybe end it? I don't like to end things on like a sadder note, but maybe that's what this episode will be.
You want to end it on a sadder note?
Yeah, I mean,
do you think it would be insensitive if we start with the sad note and then just use that as a springboard into silliness?
we could do that too, but we're silly right now.
Right.
So we're gonna have to leave the place we're at now.
Okay, we're on a wave right now, and then we're gonna go down into the trough.
Sure.
And then we're gonna come up on another wave.
Sure. Just my only concern is that we don't catch that second wave. We're like,
right.
We're hanging 10 right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it could get bigger because now we're
motherfucker.
recording.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's up to you.
We'll leave it to the end, and we'll be silly right now.
Okay, that works.
So it's gonna be all silly vibes for you guys.
Because I don't know if I'll get emotional or not. I don't know if I'll be able to leave that place once
that's
I'm there. You want to start or you want me to start?
Go ahead. I'll throw it to you. Hold on. 3, 2.
Welcome to the Z-Listers podcast. My name is AJP. Next to me today, not across from me, and we'll elaborate on that in a minute, but next to me is my beautiful co-host, Brady Neal.
Hey, how's it going?
Do you want to kind of explain what it looks like here right now?
Yeah, so we're sitting here in the studio.
Back in the studio, not in Brady's room.
Stud is short for studio, if you guys didn't guess. But, yeah, we got a big round table. It's 6 feet, I
Way
think.
too much money.
Yeah.
71 inches, actually.
Okay,
it's an inch short of 6 feet.
Okay, fair enough. We got 2 big old umbrellas. They're umbrellas with tinfoil on them. That's what it looks like anyway.
Brady doesn't know industry terms, and it shows.
It's the kind of like things if your family ever made you go to a shitty portrait studio in the mall to take like holiday portraits.
That's the exact same. Our lighting came from a JCPenney's photo studio.
Exactly.
AKA Amazon.
Yeah.
No, but I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, we have a legit setup. If you go to either of our social medias or the Z-Lister social media, you'll see our setup. And this is the last. This is monumental. This is the last episode we're going to do that's audio only.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels, in a word, liberating. Also,
why liberating?
We're expanding our horizons. We can't be shackled by the confines of just audio. Like we're too big for that.
Yeah.
We need multiple dimensions.
Realistically, the only way. Sometimes it takes a minute for me to process the things you say.
We're actually, sorry to cut you off. We're actually in the future. We are reaching out to different companies on the cutting edge. No. This isn't a sponsored joke. We're reaching out to companies so that we can get people in. It's smell technology, so we'll actually be 4D in the future.
Okay.
You can sniff us.
Okay.
Yeah. But what were you going to say?
Honestly, I don't remember. We knew that I knew because I do all work. There's no real way for this to grow without video. Video is like, it's what launches podcasts. I mean, you start a clips channel. Nowadays, you make a TikTok. Your TikTok goes viral. You seen that TikTok with that guy and his daughter? They do a podcast.
The blonde, kind of curly hair dude.
The surfer-looking
guy. Yeah. Real cute, by the way. And we're linking with him. We've got a collab coming.
Yeah, they're actually going to be on the podcast next episode. You were calling the guy cute?
Yeah, he's a good-looking fella.
Okay. I'm just checking.
The little baby. I don't
She
know.
kind of pisses
She's
me
not
off.
a baby. She pisses you off.
A little
Let's
bit.
talk about it.
I mean, I think she has cue cards. I'm just gonna say it. I think she has cue cards.
You think it's scripted?
It's edited way too well, and I think she has cue cards. Sorry.
Right. Or
He had a bow. I saw a clip the other day because I'm on TikTok nonstop. He had a bow in his hair, and he was like, "Oh, well, how does it look?" And she said, "It looks steezy."
Oh yeah. I saw that one.
Babies don't say that, but maybe they do because like maybe that's something they say in their house.
If
but
you were the baby of like a surfer bro,
that's
like
true.
you would know.
I don't even know
Steezy.
if he is a surfer bro.
I
he-
saw him surf once. I
Okay,
think.
well he looks like a surfer bro.
Yeah. No, but he seems like good people.
Oh, he seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
But I think she has cue cards. But I digress. Yeah, this podcast is gonna have video, and I'm super excited. Our set is we did a test of our set today, and it came out actually way better than I was thinking. There's a TV between us, which you'll see in the next episode. We're at a giant table. What else? We have cans
got a
on.
backdrop.
We have a backdrop.
I finally got my cans.
You
as he just
finally
said,
got cans. It only took 3 years.
and I can adjust my snare however I want.
You can do anything you want.
I got all the snare in my cans that I want.
Yeah, so we were having a great time setting this up and
Yeah.
laughing and we're back in the studio and we have our official setup here. It's gonna be a little tricky when we have guests, just because we're gonna have to figure out how that's gonna work. And these mic stands we're not gonna use. They'll be on the table.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
I'm loving this, man.
We're gonna end up buying this studio.
Dude, ask me why I'm doing this podcast.
Why are you?
I want to buy a boat. Oh, yachts exist? I need one. I need to have one.
Ask me why I'm doing it.
Why are you doing this podcast?
I don't want to ever work again. I want to just be silly and make $1 million.
Yeah, but don't you think that when this turns into like a full-time job and we have employees that you're going to be like, ah, shit, it's work?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Never?
Because I'm still not going to do anything except just show up.
When this is our full-time job, I was thinking about this. What time are you going to want to do the podcast? Because I'll tell you right now, I'm not waking up early to do this.
Oh, yeah.
But also, too, I don't want to be doing them every week or every day or whenever we do it. I don't want to be doing it at like 11. It's 11:43 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
On March 27th.
The clock is about to strike midnight.
Almost. That's a bit my fault, though. We started late, but
yeah,
it's been a
and
crazy
there have been some mitigating circumstances. I don't know if I'm using that expression correctly, but
yeah, it's been a crazy day.
shit's
But
happened. But yeah, no.
pull up my notes.
Like I said, I'm gonna retire at 25 when we get that MeUndies sponsorship deal. I want to be clear. We are not sponsored by MeUndies, but that's my goal.
Do you own a pair of MeUndies?
No,
So you don't even know if they feel good.
no.
You-
But that should show MeUndies, if they're listening to this, that should show them how committed I am to repping the fucking brand. Because I'm willing to say whatever to put people's asses in some MeUndies. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But yeah, I want to retire, and I'm about to turn 25.
What does retiring mean? Yeah, you are about to turn 25. Dude, I have big plans for your 25th birthday.
Oh, do you?
In regards to this podcast.
Okay.
Like, because we'll be on video. Dude, I have surprises for you.
Really?
Dude, I have surprises for you next week.
You plan stuff?
I plan stuff.
That's so cute.
It's like,
I feel so loved.
you're very loved.
Wow.
And next week, I got a surprise for you.
Okay.
Now, if I can't get it in time, we can't do our first video episode until I get this surprise.
Okay. Fair enough.
It should.
Is it a costume that I'm going to have to wear?
No.
Okay. Because I'm not opposed to that.
No, we could.
I will strip on cam.
We could. That's a different video that we'll talk about later. No, but I have some big plans for you.
Okay. I can't wait.
It's hard for me to keep it inside. I'm the worst with surprises.
Okay.
But I shouldn't have. Well, you have no clue what it is, do you? Do you have
No.
any? Okay.
No. You're just going to keep babbling until you end up just
You're
going,
right.
okay, you know what? I'll just tell you.
You're right. Do you have any notes? Do you have anything you want to get to?
You know what I wanted to ask you about, actually?
Let's hear it.
Did you see this, Lil Nas X?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know if I'm saying that. The Old Town Road guy. Did you see that video that he just put out?
Which one?
I think it's called Call Me by Your Name Montero or something. I'm probably completely butchering it. I'm going to pull it up.
No, but I did see that he is releasing sneakers.
Is he?
Yeah, but allegedly there's like, and I'm not saying allegedly because I think I'm going to get in trouble. Allegedly because like this is the rumor, but it's like a Nike bubble shoe. You know the bubbles like on the Air Maxes?
Yeah.
Well, that's filled with it's filled with red ink and one drop of human blood.
What the fuck?
Also, like, how you doing that? And whose blood is it? And can you even sell that shit?
Well, they already have like, child workers.
You think
they have a supply?
You think that's where Nike's getting it?
Probably.
Or if they're Nikes, I don't know. I have no
idea. I don't mean to make light of it. I'm not saying we support the child sweatshops. I'm just saying that's obvious. That's the most logical place where they would get it from. They have a near limited supply. Unlimited, rather. They have an unlimited supply.
I guess they do, but can you even sell human blood? Can you just buy human blood like at Foot Locker?
I guess you can.
I don't know. I didn't do a lot of reading on it.
How many sneakers do you think you'd have to buy to be able to give yourself a blood transfusion?
That's a good, but it's diluted in the ink,
right.
In the red ink, so
you'd have to put it in like a centrifuge, maybe a real big centrifuge, like the size of a town.
And then you also have to make sure that it's your blood type.
Yeah, it would be tricky.
Do you think when you go to buy the shoes, they don't ask your size; they ask your blood type?
Let me check in the back. I think we still got some O positive. No, but so he released a music video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying and a lot. We talked about this beforehand because
I am too, and I didn't want to point it out because it's going to be obvious to people listening. But Jesus fucking Christ, I've said in the past a lot that I do a lot of editing with this show, and when it comes to video, I can still edit, but I don't want to because then there's going to be a lot of jump cuts.
Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to doing a couple throughout the episode.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we're just going to set a camera up on ourselves and for 60 minutes or 90 minutes, we're just going to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to take some editing or it's going to take some time. And, you know, it will take some editing to make it still flow and sound nice, but that's something we do have to work on. But for as long as we've been doing this in terms of time, we've only done fucking 20 episodes.
Yeah.
So we're still practicing. We're learning, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Which is why sometimes, maybe even a lot of the time, I know personally I say shit and then afterwards I'm like, that wasn't funny. Like I'm trying too hard. You know?
I cut out a lot of stories too that I start telling and then I'm like, this is going nowhere. And it's like, why am I even fucking telling anybody this? Nobody cares.
Which is great. Like in person, in a friendship, you can just, you have the green light to say all the stupid, inane stories you want. But then when you record it and like disseminate it to people.
Well, maybe we should just do that for each other then. Because when we talk off air, like when we're just hanging out, like you'll tell me something, I'll be like, oh, I don't care. I don't need to hear that. I think if we hold each other to that level on the podcast, it might make the podcast better.
You think it'll be funny if we're just like, hey, bud, can I tell you something? That was the stupidest fucking story I've ever heard.
But don't do it. Do it to be funny, but also do it to help the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Don't like let me go on some like really deep story and share my feelings with the podcast and the listeners, and then you're like, oh, nobody fucking cares. But
while you're talking, if it's a really long story, I'm just gonna whisper into the mic, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
You love having headphones, don't you?
I think it's great. Yeah. It's such a fun experience, and I just it makes it so intimate between myself and the listeners, because I just imagine them like listening to this like in their car, and I'm just like, hey.
What else? Oh, speaking of sneakers, I ordered some sneakers off DHgate.
Yeah.
I don't want to say what I ordered. Not because, I don't want to say what I ordered because I'm not sure it's like really legal.
Can you be vague about it?
Well, I mean, they're counterfeits of a very expensive sneaker that I want.
Yeezys?
No, they're not Yeezys.
Okay.
I don't like the look of it.
Balenciaga?
No.
Okay.
They're you'll definitely see them on my social media. I'm not gonna not show them off.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about counterfeits. I haven't really thought about it too much.
Can you get in legal trouble for buying counterfeit shoes?
Yeah, I mean it is illegal to buy and sell counterfeits.
Huh. Like obviously I know there's an episode of a Comedy Central show called Broad City where they go to like an illicit like fake counterfeit handbag shop in Chinatown. It's this whole comical sequence. They have to go like down into a sewer and then like through like 3 different shops and all this crazy shit. And I think maybe, I don't know if there's like a sting operation. I bet there are sting operations in real life. Maybe. I may have just made that up with full confidence. I don't think you can really get in trouble, though.
Well, I'll tell you a story. I ordered an NFL jersey from DHgate.
I think I saw it, right?
Well, you saw the one that I ordered.
Okay.
The first one.
Okay.
I ordered a second one, and it was seized by customs.
Really?
I got a notification on the DHgate app.
That's so
seized
funny.
by customs.
Wow.
In New York.
But how long ago was that?
It was right after I ordered the other one, and that was in October.
Okay, so you didn't get in trouble.
No, but I mean, it got seized, and it was a waste of money. I never got a refund because
okay,
it's
that's
DHgate.
fair.
But like I couldn't. That one jersey that I have, even if I like listed it as like a not authentic, I can't sell that. That's technically illegal.
Right.
To sell that. But anyway, I bring up the shoes because like 2 days after I ordered them, that fucking boat got stuck in the Suez Canal. I'm never getting these shoes. That's causing $9 billion of loss a day.
Really?
$9 billion.
You need to get your ass down there to
Tokyo drifted. Did you see
get
the little
a shovel, bro?
Did you see the little excavator that they fucking?
I did.
Dude.
It's comically small compared to the ship.
And it's like just tapping on the side of the fucking.
It would be like if you were like a little kid on a playground and you were trying to dig the swing set up.
Yeah, that's exact. That's a perfect fucking reference there. Yeah, that. But like right after I ordered shoes, I'm like, I'm never getting these things. There's a chance they could still come on plane. But who the hell knows? That shit from DHgate takes like 2 months. It's actually fun to order from there because you order shit and then it's a future surprise for yourself because you forget about it.
Right. I never finished my thing about Lil Nas
Oh, yeah,
X.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. This could be like the first thing that we pull up on our TV.
Yeah.
You might have to do some editing magic here. I don't know what's going to happen, but like pull it up. Look up Lil Nas X. It's called Montero, Call Me By Your Name.
Why? What did you just see in the browser? Don't say it, but did you just see some shit in the browser?
One of the like favorite links was sex.com.
Hey, bro, I don't even do that. It just saves it because I go there so much.
By the way, guys, this podcast is brought to you by sex.com. Dude, the synchronicity there was perfect.
Call Me By Your Name?
Yeah.
Oh, this I think it has something to do with the shoes.
Can they hear this on the podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay, I hope not, because I don't want to get in trouble.
This premiered yesterday, and it has 17 million views.
Yeah.
It's probably boring because they can't hear this.
Well, that's why I'm saying you're going to maybe need to do some editing. It's pretty catchy.
Okay. I'm going to pause it real quick.
Okay.
What do you have me looking for? You're just like this video?
Why
did you bring it up? That's why I'm asking.
Okay, well, I wanted to bring it up because I was hoping you had seen it, and so I watched it. I watched this video. We don't need to do any editing. I'll just keep saying what I was saying. But I was watching the video, and I was like, oh, look, you brought up the Satan shoes.
Yeah, that's what they're called,
drop
Satan
of
shoes.
human blood. That's,
yeah.
I mean, who gave him the...
Who greenlit that?
Yeah, Did he have to talk to lawyers? That's what I want to know. And who is this with? Is this... It's
Nike.
with Nike?
Yeah,
That's
classic
crazy.
Air Max 97s have been revamped.
66 cc's of red ink as well as 1 drop of human blood. I want to know, like, is that something where in the fine print they're like, nah, just kidding, we didn't actually put blood
But
in
also
there.
they're kind of, I mean, I like the Air Max 95s. I'm not a big fan of the 97s.
Yeah,
But
I like them.
you like that?
Yeah, I fuck with them. Satan shoes. Can you pull up the like little lip right there? What's
one?
that logo on there?
I don't know.
Is that his own custom little thing?
If I'm logged into Twitter or not.
Oh yeah, it's like a pentagram.
The box is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've said that at the strip club before.
I don't know. Okay, sorry. Back to the video.
So anyway, I watched this music video. Like a lot of people watched it and were like, "Wow, this shit's crazy." And I watched it, and I agree. Like, holy fuck! Like, if you see the whole thing, some shit goes down. It gets very, very homoerotic at the end. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, it's really not that crazy. We just don't see that shit in music videos. Like, that's no different from some shit that you'd see in, like, a Nicki Minaj video. Like, the video for Anaconda, like, she's, busting ass all over that, But when you don't... At the end of the video, he's literally, like, twerking on Satan's dick.
Okay.
Like, he climbs on top of Satan, and he's just full-on pounding away at his groin.
Uh-huh.
And I was reflecting on the video, and I'm like, that's not even that crazy, though. It's just...
Were you reflecting on it before or after you cleaned up?
After. And I was thinking about it, like, it's not even that crazy. It's just that we're not used to seeing, like, displays of homosexuality like that.
In the mainstream?
Or homoeroticism.
Sure.
Yeah, so not to sound like people, this is kind of like a PC culture term, but like we do kind of live still in, what is it called? Like a heteronormative society.
Oh, for sure.
So when you see something like that, you're like, wow, that's something else. But then it's like, that's the same shit that all these other stars do. It's just...
So you like the video?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a good video. Like, it didn't do anything for me, But, yeah, well, I mean, maybe it did a little something. But no, it was good. It was a good video.
I'll check it out.
It's a catchy song.
I'll check it out after this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Panini. I like Old Town Road.
Panini. I've never heard Panini.
Yeah, that was like the follow-up single to Old Town Road.
Is it about making sandwiches?
Hey, Panini, don't you be a meanie. I think that's how it goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds catchy.
I mean, and he's just funny. He's like a character.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I love his Twitter game.
Yeah, dude. If you follow him on social media, he's just a character. He's funny.
Yeah.
You know who else like that? Lil Yachty.
Oh, yeah?
He's a goofball, too.
Yeah.
He has a crazy sneaker collection. Yeah. I'm not. Are you a sneakerhead? Have we talked about that? I'm not a big sneakerhead, but...
Here's the thing. I like sneakers, but I also don't have money. So once this podcast makes us $20 billion... when we start our media empire, I'm going to be a big-time sneakerhead.
Let's say you come into a large sum of money. What's the first pair of sneakers you buy? You forget the dollar amount. You're at a point in your life where you can just swipe your debit card and don't even have to worry about it. What's the first pair of sneakers? And I mean, like, don't even have to worry about it. Not like $100, $200, $300 charges, like whatever. Like, you could go and fucking spend $20,000 on the card like it's nothing.
Yeah.
What is the
What
first
do I
pair
get?
of sneakers that you buy?
Well, shit, I'm not wearing my Stan Smiths right now, but once we get to a certain level...
I hate those shoes.
Fuck you. He's not talking about the Stan Smiths. He's
I'm
talking
about the ones you're wearing.
These are Adidas
They're the-
HMUs,
they're the-
Pharrell edition.
They're the Adidas Gender Reveal Party 2.0s.
They are not. I call them my cotton candy shoes because they're pink and blue. And it's like walking on a cloud. And
I don't care if they're comfortable. I don't like them.
Can I show you something?
Sure.
The insole, I'm sorry if my feet smell. Can you see inside that insole?
Yeah, what is that?
It's got little like...
Looks like peas in a pod.
Yeah, it's got little marks on there. Like one of them says colon, one of them says intestines. And I think the idea is like certain parts of your foot, like if the cushion isn't just right, it can affect those parts of your body.
I hate these shoes even more than I did before you just told me that.
Anyway, What would I buy if I had $10 million? What kind of shoe? What's the first? I think like you could. First of all, there aren't many shoes that cost.
Have you been on StockX?
Okay. There are shoes that cost tens of thousands of dollars. I think,
and I mean a pair that you wear, not like Jordan game used Jordan 1s. You know what I mean?
I think I would want to buy something really cool and exclusive that nobody else has. So I think I'd go up to somebody real famous like Kevin Hart or something and write him a check and be like, "Give me your shoes."
But
please, I'd say please.
But that doesn't mean that someone doesn't have a similar pair. Do you want something that's just hard to get?
I'll be able to say they're Kevin Hart shoes.
Well, they're yours now.
Yeah, but they were Kevin Hart's. You can smell them.
Do you think?
Not that I'm saying he has smelly feet. I'm sure his feet smell normal.
Do you think like things that were owned by or used by a celebrity are like cool, or places that are visited by a celebrity?
What do you mean places that were?
Like, for example, like around here, and he's not really. I guess he's sort of a celebrity, but not really. Like you drive anywhere, like from here to where you live, and then even like further south, like down to New Hope. George Washington stayed and lived every single where.
I don't
you know what I mean?
about that, dude.
But no, see, he tarnished his reputation because like they just throw up signs everywhere. You know,
Right.
you go to a bar up in like Delaware, New Jersey, right off of 80. And, you know, it's like, oh, George Washington ate a burger here.
George Washington pissed on that tree.
Exactly.
Once.
Like, so he's fucking worse than, like, I don't even know.
I got to say,
he's worse than, like, Trump with the shit that he just throws his name on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
George Washington's PR team really fumbled the bag. They oversaturated his fucking.
Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
But, like, a place like, let me think. Okay, for example, I was going to get dark with it, but I won't.
Okay.
Like certain venues that I performed at, they will have pictures of people that have been there. And it's one thing to go see a concert somewhere, but to be on the stage that somebody else was on previously, to me, that's like a really cool feeling. Just to know that like, oh, I'm now performing
right
to this, not the same crowd, but in the same venue that this person was at. And I'm like, wow, that's like really cool.
Like Riff Raff.
Exactly.
You
like
know,
Riff
to
Raff.
be on the same stage as Jody High Roller.
Exactly. You know?
It's exhilarating.
No, but like, so do things in places like that excite you? Like, would you, like, do you have any interest in going to Graceland, see Elvis's house, going on his plane?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
I'm going to take a look at the toilet he died on. Like, I don't give a shit.
There's no toilets in the house.
Really?
They took them all out because of
because
that.
people were shitting in them?
Well, no, because people were trying to take a picture of it. They were trying to. I think that's not true, though.
That he didn't really die on the toilet?
I don't think so. But going to his house doesn't do anything for you?
I don't know. Like,
are you into history?
Not really. Kind of. I want to get more into it.
Like, this is something that I think is really cool. And I know I'm probably, like, alone with this. Or maybe there's, like, 5 people that think this is cool. But right over here in the circle, there's a plaque right in front of the Burger King. And the president at the time... But I might have to cut this out because I don't really know the story. But the president at the time was visiting his friend who lived in a house right where the Burger King is. And like technically World War II was still happening. So some government official like knew the president was there. So they traveled there with like the official document to sign to like end World War II.
Yeah.
Or like to withdraw like America from World War II. And it was signed right in the Somerville Circle. And there's a plaque for it.
That's not true.
No, it's there.
I don't
there,
know
dude.
What Great Lengths Burger King's marketing department is doing.
No, dude, I'm telling you, it's right there. I went there.
The president, you're telling me the president of the United States, I believe it was Eisenhower.
It might have been. Yeah.
You're telling me Eisenhower, if I'm correct on that, ended World War II.
Like officially.
Right over by Burger King.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Dude, I'm pulling it out.
I would know that living right over living right over there.
Sorry, I got it confused. World War One.
Okay, World War One.
The Somerville Circle and the official end to World War One.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that. That's kind of cool. And it's in the Burger King parking lot?
Yeah.
So,
look it up.
You could if you really
Google it. If you guys want to look this up, the spot where World War One ended, Bridgewater, New Jersey. You'll find it.
If you wanted to, you could kill two birds with one stone. You could get your historical shit on, and then you could grab a Whopper.
Yeah.
And that actually brings me to something important.
Dude, I'm taking you there. We're going on a field trip. Not tonight, but
this episode is brought to you by Burger King.
Ignoring that, we're going there. I'm going to take you on a trip.
Okay.
We're going to go there.
It sounds really fucking boring.
Fuck you. I'm taking your picture in front of the sign, holding the fucking Whopper. Okay. And it's going on the Instagram. It's going on our Instagram.
You know what? Back in the day, this is 4 or 5 years ago at this point, I used to work for a restaurant where the owner also owned that Burger King by the Circle. And I was asked by the owner to do there was a grand reopening, and the owner asked me to come dress in a costume and like dance basically on the side of the road by the Burger King and point at the Burger King. I was going crazy with it. I was doing cartwheels.
What were you dressed as?
That's a good question. I have the picture somewhere. I think I was some Winnie the Pooh character. I want to say I was...
It wasn't even Burger King related.
No. The owner just rented costumes from some like 2-bit costume company. And I
you
got
dressed up like it.
Yeah.
And danced, pointing. Did you have a sign or you were just pointing with your hands?
I did not have a sign. I was just gesturing emphatically to the Burger King, which was 50 yards away.
So there was no indication that you were affiliated with the Burger King at all?
Nope. So people driving by could have just been like, why the fuck are these A.A. Milne characters so enthusiastic about
How old were you
Whoppers?
when you did that?
I was probably 20, maybe 21.
That's too old.
Yeah, I agree.
That's too old.
But I think...
Why'd you do it?
Money. Yeah. And also because I just can't say no. That same owner actually had me dress up as Mufasa or Simba for their like nephews or grandsons' christening or something like that.
Was that before or after the Burger King thing?
I think it was before.
So they asked you to do the Burger King one because they knew you were like the costume guy.
Oh yeah, well, and before all of that, when I worked at this restaurant in Somerville, I guess I shouldn't say the name. I don't know if it fucking matters, but
yeah, it's all right. Is it closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
I used to work at the Friendlies in Somerville, and the owner would do certain things like little gimmicks to try to like, you know, kind of get the kids in a good mood and like attract like people into the business. And so like on the weekends,
rephrase that.
You don't think it's okay for me to say attracting kids into the building
and trying to get the kids? The owner's just trying to get kids in a good mood.
Yeah,
just start over.
In an effort to increase business and get more tots in the building.
That's somehow worse, but keep going.
On the weekend nights, 2 or 3 times in a shift, they would have a couple of us dress up in costumes for like...
Perkins used to do that.
Oh, really?
Perkins used to have character nights on Tuesdays.
Maybe that's where they got it from. For 5 or 10 minutes, 3 times a night, we would just get in these costumes, and it would be something different like every month. And
like well-known characters?
Oh, yeah.
Or just like...
No. Like Woody from Toy Story and shit like that. But it was funny because like they wouldn't necessarily be characters from the same movie. So you'd have like Eeyore dancing next to, you know, Nemo.
That's like some Spider-Man and Elsa shit.
Yeah, exactly. It was very similar vibes. Minus the very questionable things that they were doing to tots. But yeah, and we would just hop in the suits. It was sweaty as fuck because we would be doing this like in the summer.
What was your what was your official title when you worked there, not in costume?
I was a scoopologist because I scooped the ice cream, and then also sometimes I would be a greeter. I was a server for literally like 2 weeks, and then I went back to scoopologist because I didn't like it. I wasn't cut out for it.
Who again, that's one of them things, like it's I heard it, it's in my head, but it's just not really processing. Who would do your job when you were in the costume?
There would be like...
What if there was an influx of ice cream orders as soon as you put the helmet on?
There often was, and then, afterwards you'd have to rush back and be like, okay, let's bang this out. Let's get these tickets done. No, like, depending on the night, there might be 3, sometimes 4 people on the ice cream fountain station. And
how many characters?
Probably 2 or 3 at the max. But
and what would you do? Just dance around the restaurant?
I would just dance. Bro, I was good at it. I would dance around. I would just because I got moves. And I would go around high-fiving little kids and just waving and stuff. I would never break character, obviously, because that's against the code. I believe in wrestling they call it K-fob.
Okay.
Right? You would know about that. You watch stuff like that. But yeah, I would just have a silly goose time and try to get the kids, feeling...
Is that something you enjoyed?
Good. Let's cut that out.
Nah, I'll keep it in. But yeah, so that's and you like doing that?
Dancing around in the costume.
Did you get paid extra to do that when it was in the restaurant?
Yeah, I think they would give me an extra $5 every time I did it.
$15 a night?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Hey, man's got to make a living.
Yeah.
Ice cream ain't free. I mean, it was when I worked there, cause.
So what is that scoopology degree doing for you now?
Oh man, it's not doing great. Since I quit there, my forearms are not the same. I used to have some nice forearms because you just.
I'm surprised with the other motions you do that your forearms aren't, especially going backwards.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there. Nobody needs to know about that. Okay.
What else? What else you got?
Literally nothing.
Okay, because I do have some notes. One of my notes said video coming soon. You know what we should do? We should, you remember the old thing on VHS tapes where it was coming soon to home theater? You remember that with the
Land
blue?
Before Time.
But do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I guess
in the previews? We should put that in this episode, that audio, because we're coming soon to video. But anyway. That was fucking stupid. That's one of those,
it kind of was.
That's one of those things where you got to stop me and be like, "Hey, bud, that fucking sucks."
You know what I was thinking? Instead of whispering, "Not interested" or whatever, just I'm just gonna go. Just fall asleep.
I do that to
you. You do that to me in real life, and it hurts every time.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I like it. Sometimes the hurt feels good.
Yikes. One thing I've been meaning to talk to you about. I've met some people during this pandemic that it's the first time I'm meeting them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, actually,
that's how meeting people works. You can't meet somebody before you meet them.
I might cut that out, but I might not. My brain stopped working. I've met new people during this pandemic, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And then I've seen them without.
Again, you can't meet old people.
Yeah, you can.
Unless they're seniors.
I've made new friends during this pandemic.
Okay.
All right? Is that a good way for me to word it?
Yeah. I was just being a pedantic asshole before.
Anyway, I've seen them, after meeting them, I've seen them then without their masks. Yeah. And they don't look like what I thought they were going to look like.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Some of them were coworkers.
Some of them were some of them are coworkers. That's the majority of where I'm meeting new people. Because when you say, I'm meeting new people during a pandemic, it's like, what are you doing? You should be inside. Yeah. I'm not going out to bars like you, but...
Fuck you, okay? You have 1 or 2 or 5 slip-ups.
I'm glad you...
Couple lapses in judgment.
There's all the pandemic episodes we've done, you've brought up going out.
Is that true?
That's 100% true.
That's not good. Listen, I want to be very clear.
You're Tommy Two Mask over there. So
I am Tommy Two Mask. I'm responsible.
You're very responsible. You do the right thing. If you think you're not feeling good, you stay home, and you're good at staying home.
Yeah, and oh, you know what? Maybe, I don't know if we should, but maybe I could tell the story about couple Saturdays ago that made me miss 7 days of work. Should we
Can I be
leave that
completely
out?
honest with you?
It makes me look bad.
It doesn't make you look bad. Two things. It's not that great of a story.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear it again. I'm sorry. It was
That's
so
fair.
anticlimactic when you told it to me the first time.
Okay.
You made it sound like there was something big happening. Just
Well, okay. Well, just so
keep it up here.
the listeners aren't completely left in the dark. Basically, I went to a bar. It was super
You're gonna
fucking
tell it.
crowded. No. I'm going to tell a very, very... You're a fucking asshole. Do you know that? You fucking prick. I'm going to rip my cans off right now and hop in my 2015 Honda Civic.
You got a new car.
I did get a new car. I'm so
Nice.
excited.
What I wanted to talk to you about, though, was I think in the future, like in 10 years, you know the map that Pornhub puts out, and it has all the states, and it shows like what the most popular searches are in that state?
I just want to be clear in case the listeners heard something. That was me slapping my forehead against the mic because I can't believe he's bringing up Pornhub.
But you know what I'm talking about?
It'll show you the top search terms from that state. Yeah.
So I think in like 5 or 10 years, they're going to put out a map, and it's not even going to be the outline of like the individual states. It's just going to be like an outline of the lower 48, right?
Okay.
And it's just going to say mouth.
Mouth.
Like I straight up think that like mouth fetishes are going to be real.
Please cut that out. People, the mask thing is going to be over in like
but like
couple months.
But still, like you're out everywhere. Like even if the mask thing is not going to be over, it's just not going to be over
in a year.
It's gonna no. Okay, let's say in a year. It's what did I say it was? Oh, it's now it's the 28th.
Yeah.
Nice. If this goes for another year, that's 2 full years. And then there's still going to be some stores that are going to be like, oh, you need a mask to come in here. And then there's going to be people that are just going to wear a mask because they like to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Like you.
That's not true.
You're gonna wear a
I
mask.
do not enjoy wearing the masks, but I do it because it makes me feel safe.
Sure, okay. But you're going to wear it past when you're supposed to.
I don't think Dude, the second I get this vaccine, I'm only wearing my mask when I'm supposed to. Like
Dude.
when I have to.
I'm going to wear the mask forever.
Are you?
Dude, I walk around like Walmart when I'm grocery shopping. I just straight up talk to myself.
Yeah.
No one can see.
I miss looking at your mouth, though.
Because you have a mouth fetish. It's already
Just
happening.
yours.
Oh, man.
You have a cute mouth.
Oh, man. I should have known this was coming when you brought up the Lil Nas X stuff.
Maybe I'm exploring my sexuality. Maybe I am a little curious.
I think you
What's
are.
wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but I really think you might be.
Do you actually believe that?
Maybe.
That I'm bisexual, but
You
I don't
could
know
be.
it?
You could be.
I don't think that's the case. Because here's the thing.
Hey, do you, man?
Yeah, I
I like what I like.
believe
You
me,
like what you
that's
like.
all I'm doing these days.
Try it out. Do what you want.
No thanks. Listen,
How do you know?
I can. Do you want to test it out right now?
Try it out. I don't know.
Let's cut the mics
Maybe
real
I'm not
quick.
your type.
Let's see what happens. No, I can appreciate when a guy is good looking. I'll be like Ryan Gosling. That's a good looking motherfucker.
Before you go on,
Okay.
just remember, I edit this.
Why? Are you gonna make it look so that I said that you're good looking?
I don't know. Maybe I'll make it say that you want to do some crazy stuff.
Oh my goodness. No, right? Like there are.
Now I got you like, oh shit, what's he gonna make me say? What's he gonna make me say? Because I know you're not gonna go listen to it once it's out.
You're not wrong, but no, I'll see a guy in a movie or something. I'll be like, damn, that's a handsome dude.
What kind of movie?
The kind that you have to go in the back of the store for.
Through the beads?
Yeah.
People our age they never even had to do that. Have you ever been in a video store that had porn in the back?
No, I haven't been in a
Have you
video
ever-
store since I was 10.
Have you ever watched porn on a DVD that you had to put in to a
No,
DVD player?
I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, me
I really don't think I have. But anyway, I'll see a good looking dude and I'll be like, damn, that's a good looking dude. But I feel like it's more so I just kind of envy his looks. I'm like, damn, I wish I was like fucking
Inside
tall.
him?
Yeah. I wish I was tall and like my hair was perfect and blah, blah, blah. But then when I think about like, because I think you owe it to yourself to just like make sure you're whatever you think you are. So I'm not afraid to think like, what would it be like to kiss a dude? And when I think about it, I'm like, no thanks. So I'm pretty confident that I'm straight.
Okay.
You know, unless you and I are on like a desert island, all bets are off. You're booking the flight in your head right now.
I'm on Priceline.
You have to edit that out.
I don't have to.
Okay. I'll
You
be
know,
a
we're-
good boy.
You know, we're 54 minutes in, and we still didn't even touch the one serious topic I want to bring up. And you're just making me want to go home even more.
Okay, forget I said that. We'll edit it all out.
Sure.
Do you want to be silly more, or do you want to just get to the serious topic? I feel like we still haven't hit our stride.
I think we did.
Did we?
Yeah. I also really got to piss.
Did you have more notes? You got a Gatorade bottle right there. Just piss in that.
I don't think I'd fit.
Don't fucking flatter yourself, bro.
There's no way.
You're not that thick.
How would you know? All right, here's what we'll do. We'll take a little break. They won't know a thing. You and
Okay.
I will.
All
Take a
right.
break. We'll come back. We'll get serious. We'll end this episode, and then we'll look forward to getting on fucking video.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
All right. All right. So there's really no way to transition into this, but so we started this podcast in January of 2018. Is that right?
Mhm.
And we didn't. I've recorded before. Obviously, I've been making hit records forever.
Of course.
We didn't really know what we were doing. I've never like recorded just like straight audio of somebody talking before. It's a lot different to record vocals for a song than it is for a podcast. And we were doing it at the studio. Now this studio, I've been here since I was 17. The month after I turned 17, I got the internship here, and it was supposed to be the flyer that I was given to come here for the thing. When Carmen wrote it up, it said for 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
That was February 2013. I'm still here.
They just can't get rid of
They
you.
can't get rid of me, man. And this place has been. I hate when people say, "Oh, and it changed my life." When it was like, I learned how to fucking read,
Right.
or some stupid shit. You get what I mean?
I mean, reading's pretty
That
essential.
yeah,
but-
I know. After I said it, I was like, "Oh wait, learning to read would actually change your life."
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Reading is important. I hate when people do something that is really stupid and they're like, "Oh, it changed my life."
Mhm.
But being here, coming into this place, 17 years old, having already made music, but mostly just like at my house. Before this, I've been to like a couple studios, and just coming in here and basically being able to do whatever I want. I used to practice DJing in here all the time. I used to make beats on the computer over there in the office, and this place has been and continues to be just an amazing place for me. And I didn't even realize up until about a month ago how big of a deal this place was for the Central Jersey music scene. Actually, New Jersey music scene, but like really the Central Jersey music scene. And just everybody that's come in here to record or rehearse, like it's, this place has had a big impact on a lot of people. And Carmen, well, anyway, so I don't even know how to phrase it, how to bring it up, right? Because right after Christmas, before New Year's, Carmen, who's the owner of the studio, he opened it with his wife, Kathy, and they opened it in September of 2012. Like I told you, I started in February 2013. And how do I even get there? It's crazy. I don't even know how to get there. This is why I wanted to be silly first, because I don't think I'd be able to get out of this.
Yeah. And I think it's very poignant that we underscored this story with
some
talking about
Carmen.
Yeah, pussy. Just no, just all the filthy things we talked about. It's a nice like segue.
Yeah,
Not that he was filthy. I'm just saying it's.
No, this is the thing too. Like this is something that I would talk about on the podcast regardless, but I wouldn't do just one whole somber episode because I know Carmen and he wouldn't want a whole sad thing. He would want us to be joking about fucking everything we talked about
Shit
before
and
this.
Pussy.
Exactly. Anyway, last year, 2020, right before New Year's, Carmen went into the hospital. He had COVID, and it was getting pretty bad. His breathing was getting rough, and that's what sent him to the hospital because he was at home. And his breathing got worse. The COVID got worse, and he got put on a ventilator. And then February 2nd, And throughout the whole thing, I was checking in with Kathy and seeing how he was doing, and working a lot at the studio, covering and making sure everything was still running smooth here. And February 2nd, it was a Tuesday. I was playing PlayStation. I think I was playing Red Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And
one or two.
Two.
There you go.
And and I appreciate you being here for the comedic relief.
Uh-huh.
But I get a text from Kathy, and it said that Carmen passed away. And I was like, I remember I stood, and Danielle was sitting right next to me, and I stood up, and I was just looking at my phone, and I was like, oh no. Like, I couldn't even believe it, right? Like, he was on a ventilator for, I think, 3 weeks. And, you hear, at least for me, I heard so many stories where some people were on it for months and they pulled through. Some people were on it for like a week and then they passed away. So it was like really tricky. And, you don't, and you can't go see the person. There's nothing you could do. You feel helpless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shock. And it's still like crazy it's still crazy to try to think about now. I mean, another thing that I never really understood, people would say, oh, they were larger than life.
Yeah.
Like, oh, their spirit lives on through this and that. And maybe it's just because I wasn't really close with the person that was like that had passed away, or really understood it until now. But yeah, it's crazy, and it still doesn't feel real. But there's just so many memories here, and it was when we started talking about doing video. Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm good.
Because if you cry, I'll start crying. We can't do that. When we started talking about doing video here, it was a little bit weird for me to just set up and try to just run the podcast here like normal, and not pretend like nothing happened. But it's weird for me to be here now and just kind of keep working and pretend like it's business as usual.
Yeah.
But I think being here is helping. Then it's doing more good than if I was like trying to stay away from here. It does make me happy to, be here as much as I can and help things run, because I know that's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm talking in circles now, but
I'll help you out a little bit. Is it strange for you to like be walking around here? All these different rooms, and there's all these, we've talked about this, there's all these different sort of I don't know, what do you call them, like pieces of
I mean
almost kind of like pieces of him in a way.
For sure. I mean, Carmen just loved, like, he just really loved life. Like, people say that, like, but like, just the most outgoing, happiest person ever. And even when he would have to deal, I mean, musicians in general, just most of them suck to deal with. And I've been with them where we've been like recording or trying to set up a rehearsal for just like a guy who thinks they're like fucking, king of the world,
Yeah.
And, people show up here to rehearse and they have fucking in-ear monitors, wireless mics, effects and shit. It's like, you're doing a Journey cover. hey, you don't need all that to sing that she was from a small town.
Yeah.
And, we would joke about it. And the relationship that Carmen and I had was strange, because when I came here, he was my boss, but it never felt like that.
Yeah.
It felt more like a friend. And he was 54, and a lot of things, like, he would reference like movies all the time, and I've never seen the movies, but that's where and he introduced me to a lot of movies, a lot of like 80s movies, right?
Yeah.
Some really good ones and some like real cheesy ones, but still, like, it coming here, like, it never felt like I was coming to work, even when I knew that like a band was coming to rehearse and they were like just the biggest pains in the ass.
Yeah.
It was just, and it still is, it's just fun to be here. It's a unique job to have. You work at a recording studio and shit like that. And just thinking about it, every time I think about it, there's like another funny memory, or just another thing I remember that he did for me, or that we did together, or just something that happened here. And he's just a crazy guy, crazy in a good way. I remember the first time he went away for a week, and it was the first time that I was here by myself. I was probably like 18 or 19. And like, imagine being an adult, right? You're in your 40s, and you have this business with like $1 million worth of equipment, like not even exaggerating, like pretty close to like $1 million worth of equipment, right? And you just are like, I'm going for a week. Here you go. And you hand the keys to like a kid that's you've known for like a year.
Yeah.
That's like insane to me.
Yeah.
And he would even say in front of Kathy, which was like embarrassing to me, but he'd be like, bring some girls back here when I'm gone. Like, do whatever you want, man. And I took advantage of that. I'm not going to not do that. But I don't know. It's just crazy. And
you and I have spent some late nights here.
we're doing it right now. It's 1 a.m. I don't know. It's just I practiced today while I was driving. I really tried to come up with a way to talk about this or think about what I wanted to say. And now that's all out the window as soon as I started talking about it, because I just feel and I think so many different things. And when I start to think about them or start to think about the studio, just so many things come to mind. And I mean, we've had so much fun here.
Yeah.
And not even like working here, but sometimes I would just come here and hang out. If I like didn't want to be home, if I had like a day off and I had like some work to do, or I wanted to like write a song, I would just come here and do it, even like when no one's here. And just being able to have this space and what Carmen, just the access that he gave me to his space was like, he really trusted me. And, we were really close and we had a great relationship. And it's still just crazy that now he's gone. But, the studio lives on. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to add. This episode is going to be called Jet Shoes.
Okay.
I should probably explain that.
Yeah.
When I started recording here, because when I first started working here, I didn't want to be like, hey, can I like record my stuff here? Yeah. I'm not going to push it. Right. I'm brand new.
Exactly.
So I want to test it out first.
Yeah. You don't belong in the studio, so you don't. You don't want to get kicked out.
Yeah, I know I don't belong here. I know I'm 17 and I've never made a good song, and now
you're 25 and you've never made a good song.
That's a diss to Carmen, bro, because I've recorded here.
I'm sorry, Jet Shoes.
So when I started recording here, I would bring him an instrumental. He'd put it in Pro Tools, and I'd start recording. And then when we would bounce the track, he would always ask to put in the metadata for song title, artist, album name if there was one, and producer. So around that time, I also started making more beats for myself. And when I produce for myself, I go by Silver Genius, because I just think it looks, this is just my opinion, but I think it's so lame when there's a song, like if it was like AJP the MC, then the song title, produced by AJP the MC.
Yeah.
I just think that's whack. Now, if I was to produce for somebody else, I would have them use either name. It doesn't matter, AJP the MC or Silver Genius, because it's not my song.
Right.
So after I brought him a couple beats, and the producer, when he would fill in that field on the metadata, he was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's me." And I explained to him what I just told you, and he was like, "Oh man, like I need a name." And I was like, "Yeah, so think of one." And you could have a producer name, because a lot of times, like in a studio, an engineer will just use their name. Right? And Carmen made his own music, and he would write it, and he played bass and drums and guitar, and then he would have other people that were in bands that came to the studio play on his songs and stuff. He always had a list on his phone of just like phrases or sentences that he wanted to use for song titles. So I guess he like went off that list or whatever he did. But I remember he had a bunch, like made a list of names, and then like a week or two later, he was like, "I got a name," and I was like, "Oh, you're gonna tell me, what is it?" And he said Jet Shoes. And I don't think he ever really used it other than like with me, and like I would call him it, and I would put it on like on my stuff too, like mixed and mastered by Jet Shoes at Woodrock Studios. And I don't know, it was just cool. And that's like, again, I don't know if anybody else really called him that, but that's just kind of something that him and I had. And yeah, and that's that. So that's why this episode's called Jet Shoes, because that's Carmen's other name that only really him and I and you know.
Do you want to tell the story you told me?
Probably not. Okay. I don't know what it is, but probably not.
The one where you said...
Oh, no. I don't wanna... No, I don't want to say that.
Okay, that's fair.
No.
That's fair. It is a good story, though.
Well, so you gotta...
Yeah, no,
you got to keep
some
some
stuff
things.
should be private.
You got to keep some things for your personal life and some things for your public life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you end a podcast on a sad note like that. Carmen wouldn't want you to be sad. I know he doesn't want me to be sad. He doesn't want anybody to be sad. But it is.
What if we played, to make things to end it on a brighter note, what if we played, yakety sax? I suggest we play yakety sax, and maybe we could put some sex.com up on the screen.
It's a Z-Listers podcast. If you like what you heard, I don't know why.
I really, really don't know who's still listening.
Oh, man. My name is AJP. Next to me is Brady Neal. And next episode, we're going to have video. Let's fucking go.
You're going to see what we look like. Try not to get a...
upset tummy.
I was going to say try not to get a boner or a lady boner, but...
Whatever. We'll see what happens.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for
Okay.
listen.
Bye.
Mwah.